Well, one thing that we've learned, I think, on this through this program is the importance of being on time. So we want to start this program on time. And I just want to, first of all, say welcome. And to start our evening, I'm going to ask that we stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then I'm going to ask Scott to do an invocation for us. So, will you please join me? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Father God, we thank you so much for who you are, and we thank you for this opportunity to serve our community. I pray that you bless each participant in this program and the industries that help provide them jobs. In Jesus' name,
Thank you. Be seated. Again, welcome everyone, graduates, guests, instructors, leaders. We appreciate you being here and taking time to come and share this inaugural event with us. This has been a long journey that started back a couple of years ago. We started in this very room with a discussion with our plant manager about the need for qualified employees, folks who were not only qualified and could do the job, but as I alluded to earlier, could show up on time, who could follow directions, who could work as a team, who could solve problems, who understood basic math and measurement techniques. So we followed that up with a committee that came together of industry and education and government to develop this curriculum, the very curriculum that y'all are completing tonight. It was completed with input from everyone. We had this board filled up with each and every section of it. Some things we added, some things we erased, some things we moved around. But one of the things that was key to this, or the thing that was key to this, was the fact that our industries were willing to not only tell us what they needed, but they were willing to step up and be a participant in this program. That would not be a success without that. Here at the Technology Center, at the Tennessee College of Applied Technology, it's our job to train people to be ready to go to work. That's what we're here for. Our industries are here to turn profit, I think, as we've learned. And in order to do that, they need a skilled and dedicated workforce. So this is our first step on helping to provide that for our community and for the economic development of our region. I just want to say, on a personal level, what an honor it is. We had a lot of people that applied for this program, and we had to narrow that down to, I think it proves by the number that completed it, to a very qualified group of folks. So I know that you folks didn't come here to hear me talk. Y'all had plenty of opportunities to hear folks that actually knew what they were talking about to talk. But I want to I'm going to turn it over to Dan here in just a moment, Dan Shirley. But he is the one, after our discussions on the ready to work, or on the need for workforce, he came to us with a program that is very similar that was started in Alabama. And we didn't feel like there was anything wrong with stealing something from Alabama. So we took what their program was and we made it specific for our needs. And that is what we are at tonight. So without Dan's leadership in this, we wouldn't be here. So I'm going to turn it over to Dan Shirley. He is with E&E Manufacturing and is plant manager. Close enough.
General manager.
General manager. So Dan.
Yep. Thanks. Good evening, guys, men and women. I, for one, love hearing you speak, Stuart. You have one of my favorite Southern accents all night. And I love it. So don't sell yourself short. Stuart called me the other day and said, Dan, would you mind saying a few inspiring words for the first set of folks that go through this program and congratulate them. I don't know how inspiring I could be at this point in time of the day. We've had a rough week, and so bear with me. But I share the same sentiments as Stuart. I'm very proud to be here with you all. I'm proud to be part of something successful. And really, in the end, I didn't do a whole lot other than you table an idea. And when you table ideas, you have to be around committed people and really surround yourself with great team members. Because if you don't, like most good ideas, or some, they just don't get off the ground. Well, I was very fortunate to have a community that wanted to listen, and my peers, the other industry plant managers and leaders, we had a common problem. When you table a common problem and you have people committed, you can do a lot of things, and we certainly are happy to be at this point. I've never been part of something quite like this, where you've got education, local government, and local industry all working together. And in fact, it impressed a lot of people. Ann might talk to you about that, but the three of us sitting here, we've been to Washington, D.C., we've been to Nashville, and other places, and we were on a mission. We wanted this to be successful, and it's been some time now, so congratulations for you all making up your mind to do the same thing and be part of something really great. You've already made the commitment, you know what you want, so you're already a step in the right direction. Me personally, my parents made it clear to me just a little bit about me. I am the GM of E&E Manufacturing. I'm proud to be part of this community. We're an automotive parts manufacturer. We supply the underbody and the structural steel components that go into vehicles. You never know them, but they're there. When you put people in vehicles all over the planet, you can almost be sure that at least something that we stamped or pressed is in it. My parents made it clear to me when I was, from day one, that I wasn't really to expect much. I would have a house to live in, and they'd feed me till I was about 18, but after that, I was on my own. I didn't, and I hate to use this word, I wasn't entitled to anything other than a roof until I was about 18. So I had this commitment, this sense that, I needed to work. I needed to do something. I chose manufacturing. I chose it because it's what my dad did. And I've talked about this in other areas of the world, Washington, D.C. being one, that, guys and gals, working with your hands and learning a skill, it's something to be proud of. It's a noble thing. Don't let anybody kid you. You're valuable, and as long as you have that same sense of value in manufacturing, it will take you places. I went to college the hard way. I worked just as all of you will at some point here. Any of these companies I'd be proud to work for myself. So you have some great options. But it wasn't easy, just like you are. Get an education in the evening and working during the daytime hours. Just hang with it. What's important, I think, for you when you go to work is to continue to build relationships. Work with your supervisor, work with your management team. Be the obvious choice. For promotions, they will come naturally. Melissa and I talk about this quite a bit. She's so dedicated and so good at what she does. Be the natural pick by always doing the right thing, helping out, not just doing just what's required, but you'll be the natural choice for a promotion by fulfilling everything that's expected and not sort of waiting to be tapped on the shoulder. If you take initiative and show your employer what you're all about, you will need to be held back, not pushed. You can stand out and really make a change. Also, I think what's important, or what is the most important skill set you might have, is just your own mental attitude. What you bring in the door with you every day, we personally try to create an environment that people are happy to be part of. Going to work, being engaged, having relationships, and being part of something bigger than ourselves. and really doing a fine job. There's certainly no shame in trying and failing. Trying is the only way we can make improvements, so certainly don't be afraid or shy to try new ideas, to sit down and discuss concepts for improvement. But lastly, I guess I just want to close by saying, and thank you all for taking the first step, considering this program and taking the step to be involved in it. I hope it leads you to someplace great. As I said, I would just happy to be part of this community and this team of companies and a great organization that we have here. So thank you. Thanks for having me, and enjoy the evening. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate it.
He's the one with the accent, right, y'all? I want to, I think that probably one of the things that's going to be the most interesting to me is to hear from a couple of our participants. So I'm going to ask Benjamin Stansberry and Josh Stansberry if they come up together or separately and share a few thoughts on their experience with the program.
I'm Josh Stansberry. I don't know who this guy is, but he follows me around and has the same last name. I appreciate everything that you guys have done as far as putting the program together. You've done a great job. We didn't necessarily learn as much as what we might have hoped, but we did discover that we actually knew a lot more than what we thought we did, which is a good thing. It was very encouraging to us in particular. Overall, I think the program was very in-depth. I think that it was well thought out, well planned. Some of the things we would have liked to spend a little bit more time on, particularly math, because math is profoundly important for any profession, really. And I do know that it is a struggle for a lot of people. While we were in that class, we were able to help out with some of the other people in our class, and it showed us that it might be a good idea to spend a little more time on it. As far as the actual material that was covered, we do feel that it was plenty enough. I mean, it covered all the real basics of math that is required for pretty much anything. You know, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, getting tongue twisted. Also, some of the stories that we heard as far as what type of jobs people have worked in that were actually instructing us, that was encouraging. Kind of gave us an idea of what might actually be available out there that we didn't think of before, which was nice. Me personally, I've always been very single-minded whenever I was younger and going to school. I actually went to school for engineering, and I knew what I wanted to be whenever I entered college. Unfortunately, I didn't stick with it. But taking these courses and everything has kind of broadened my vision as far as what all is actually out there. But anyway, I'm going to put him on the spot so he doesn't get away with not saying anything. He did actually prepare a PowerPoint presentation, but then we were told it needed to be less formal. So I was like, just scrap it and we'll ad-lib it whenever we get up there. That's also why he's not dressed up as nice. So anyway, go ahead, Ben.
I have some of the same opinions on the class as my brother does. Only difference between me and him, I went to college and actually finished it. Didn't really know it yet, so hopefully it helps eventually. The whole math thing, yes, it is very important, and the main reason we feel that people need more time on in this class is because we've seen some of the other people in here struggling with it, and some of that stuff you just cannot learn in one night. So that's pretty much it.
It is common. It's not something to be discouraged over. It is something that's very important, and it's very hard to grasp sometimes. In particular, whenever you have one certain mindset on how to do something, and then somebody else shows you their way of doing it, and then it's completely different. You're like, whoa, I had no idea that you could do it that way. A few more of the things that I was going to talk about. Oh, the participation, the group activities that we did, I feel like those were more beneficial as a whole for all of us because it allowed us to work together. And most of these jobs that you know sponsored this, those are team type jobs where you're going to be working with other people. So I think all of those were great. The airplane making one was good. And also the survival one that I actually did terrible on. Yeah, that was another good one. But all of the team exercises were great, and I feel like those in particular are definitely something that you guys might want to try to do a little bit more of in the future. I think that's it.
Go ahead. Well, we give you an opportunity for the PowerPoint if you want to just share that with us at that time.
didn't bring it with me.
Okay. Well, I want to say thank you because that's genuine feedback that we need to hear because this is again the inaugural program. This is the first one, and so we want to be able to make it stronger as we go forward. And one thing I will tell you or offer you is concerning that math. You know, we have, and Carol's sitting back there, so she might get me, but you know, we have our Technology Foundations program that is in operation every day, basically from 8 to 2:30. And so if some of you folks, you know, during those hours, if y'all want to come, that'd be okay, right, Carol?
Absolutely.
If you want to come and work with Carol to help build those math skills, I'm going to say she'll be happy to work with you. And she is certainly a treasure in doing that. So let me kind of offer that for you folks as something that may help pick up with that. I want to give, before we pass out the presentations, I want to introduce Ann Davis, who is the Vice Mayor for the City of Athens. I'd also like to, see, I got her almost standing up. I want to send John Gentry, who is our county mayor and who's been very supportive and involved with this program and our work program from the beginning. The Etowah Chamber banquet is tonight, so he was not able to be here, but he did want to send his congratulations and his regards concerning your completion of the program. But Ann, really a lot of this started, again, I guess a couple of years ago, that we were already thinking about, I already had this plant managers meeting planned. And Ann had called from Washington where she had heard about how much importance they were putting on workforce. So she called me to say, what can we do about workforce? What can we do to help build our workforce in our community? So we put together a meeting following that plant managers meeting. As a result of that, I don't know if anyone, of course, y'all have really been working, but haven't seen the DPA this afternoon, but front page story about an a Center for Advanced Manufacturing and Business Innovation is come along to where we've come up with about $700,000 as a result of those meetings. We've had a career coach that's first in the state also that came as a result of those meetings where she's in the high school preaching this message that Dan has to students so that they can hear about this before they graduate. And actually, I always kind of joke, you know, I knew exactly what I was going to do when I graduated. We were going to leave school, go to Del Hollow Lake, and we were going to have a party. Now, after that, I wasn't too sure, but she's helping them to do that. And we're actually this summer going to take components of this program and have a read and work program for our high school folks. So I may have stolen some of Ann's thunder, but I want to give Ann a moment to share some ideas. And when she's finished, I'm going to ask Ann if we'll call your name, and then I'll be over here and I'll present the certificates to you. I also want to add one last thing. that, that I will share the list of the graduates with our members of our plant managers group, so that they know, they have your name, they know who you are. We'll share that with our HR folks that we work with, so that we can make sure that they know that you folks are indeed ready to work. And
Are you sure I can get up this?
yeah.
I told Dan I wasn't going to get up until I was make sure you were going to let me do this. But I will be very, very brief. I didn't even know I was going to say anything, but I do want to tell you how proud we all are of you, and so happy that you wanted to go through this program. It's been a long time since that first phone call 2 years ago, and Dan came into the meetings, and we all started getting together and trying to set up initiatives and get a workforce development program in place, which went on to become a model for the state. It has won awards, and as Dan and Stuart both said, we've been to Washington, invited there to present the program, because this has really become a model. And what you're involved in here tonight is a big part of that, a big part. It seems like we talk about one initiative and another one would spin off, and then another one, and then Dan brought us this idea, and it's just become something that I think our whole community can be proud of, but especially you, because you honored us by being a part of this to get this first initial program of work, ready to work started. I'll have to tell you one quick story, and then I'll hush. I can't let an opportunity go by without talking about Stuart's accent either. But we were here one day, and we were getting ready to go do the presentation in Washington, D.C., and Dan couldn't join us. I think he had to do something a little like run a plant or something like that. But Stuart and I were sitting in his office, and we were on a conference call with the lady in D.C., and of course she was talking very fast. Stuart looked over at me and he said, I hope I'm not going to talk too fast. I hope she can understand me. I've had fun telling that story a few times. But regardless of accents, we all got through this, and it's just been a tremendously gratifying experience. One of the best things I have been involved in my whole life, and I will always appreciate very deeply being involved in all the things and seeing maybe the good things that you all are going to do, and creating some lifelong friendships. Okay, Stuart.
Okay.
I'll be right here calling names. All right, would you mind coming forward as I call your name?
There we go.
Drawing pictures over there. Sorry. Connie Allen.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Shane Bartolot. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Barlow.
Bartolot.
Got pretty close. Thank you.
And Ed Rock.
So y'all see how this is going.
Congratulations. Andrew Cook.
There you go, Andrew. Thank you. Thank y'all.
Congratulations. Lance Farrell.
Thank you, Lance. Congratulations.
Patsy Hunt. Gloria Knox. Gary Kirkendall.
Thank you, Gary.
Tiffany Lovinghood. Janet Patterson.
Thank you.
Teresa Bookard.
Thank you. Thank you for participating.
Pamela Shanahan.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Benjamin Stansberry. You were having your brother on that, weren't
I guess,
you? Josh Stansberry. Debbie Strickland. Donna Torben.
Donna, I'll make sure I got the right one.
Okay.
I did.
You did, thank you.
Congratulations.
And Debbie Zimmer. Okay.
Let's give them a hand. Well, the rubber meets the road with the instructors and the coordinator. I would be remiss without acknowledging the hard work and the effort that Scott Hackett has put into this, being here in the evening. Following up with things, when I have an idea at the last minute and saying, hey, what about this, can you do this, and gladly picking up and doing that. So, Scott, thank you, and a lot of this success tonight is a result of your work and effort.
Yes, Scott.
Kind of like me, Scott, we needed folks that actually knew stuff to teach us, right? So we had a great team of dedicated folks, and I want to both acknowledge them, but also give them an opportunity to share any thoughts that they had during that. So I would just, I'll name, you've got the ones that are in here, and I think you folks know, but of course Alice Gilbreth and Carla Wade, I know that, Melissa Tullock, Belinda Parker, and Randy Rogers, I think, and then Carol Weaver is in the back. She didn't know she was supposed to sit up front. But Alice, any thoughts you want to share?
I just wanted to say I have enjoyed the program very much. What a great idea. Why didn't we think of this a long time ago? It's been a great program. Congratulations to all of you. I'm sure when it first started, a lot of you think, I can't do this. And you did. You stuck with it. And it takes a big commitment to do this at night. I'm sure you all have families. You have things that you need to do. So, and I think that's what it takes to succeed at work. You have to stick with it, be there every day, be on time. So anyway, congratulations to all of you and best wishes to all of you.
I'd just like to say that I am so thankful to have been a part of this. I didn't really know what to expect. I knew that we were later in the program and that you were probably tired. And I just want to say thank you for your commitment and for your attentiveness and for your participation. It made our job so much easier, and I just could not say enough good things about it. I hope that it is a great thing for all of you, and I look forward to providing services at the Career Center for you in the days ahead.
I thoroughly enjoyed the experience. You all are all smiling. We had the best class. I know that Dan thought that I was completely crazy the next day when I was talking about it because I was beaming. I got to know each and every one of you. I remember things about you, and I think that you all have very bright futures. I look forward to working with some of you, and as many as possible. I really enjoyed it, and I'm so glad that you all stuck with it. The group projects also were my favorite things to do. We had so much fun. It was a lot of fun. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I did wing it that night. Scott sat in for part of mine, and it worked out well. So thank you all very much for your commitment and your hard work, and I look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
She's gonna stay with us, Scott, by the way. She's gonna stick it out at E&E, right?
Absolutely. I hope so. I thought you were going to replace me here. No, I've been there, yeah, I've been there 3 years, and absolutely, you all know, love my job.
Well, I also enjoyed it, and I gave y'all homework one night. About half of you actually did it. My homework was they were to follow up with an email, and I just want you all to know I'm now part of your network, and in a few hours that we were here, we just scratched the surface on Word and Excel and computer use. And you have my card, and if I can ever help you all, or if you have questions, give me a call, email me, I'll help you when I can. It's been a pleasure.
It was a pleasure for me to be invited to be a part of this program. I thoroughly enjoyed my evening with you guys. I look forward to seeing you about, as you know, we work with a lot of industry in this area, and we're out and about, and I look forward to seeing you guys, and you know you're welcome to come here, so I expect to see you out there, and thanks again for letting me be part of it.
Carol?
I had a quick time with them tonight. They're very impressive, and you can see that in just the hour or two that we spent together. They are certainly welcome to come back and work on math. They're coming back next week for their CRC test, and I'm excited that they're coming back for that. They may not be. But I want to extend an opportunity, if they need educational opportunity, to definitely consider the Tennessee College of Applied Technology Athens. We'd be delighted to have you come and enroll in some of our programs should you need training.
Scott?
I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be on this journey with you, interviewing you, to always see you always come to this point. So thank you. Thank you to all you guys for making this happen. I mean, I just made phone calls and emails. So thank you guys so much for all your hard work, and for Dan and Stuart and for really bringing good ideas to the table. Because, you know, like Dan was saying, in the community, sometimes you don't see a lot of people of different walks of life working together. It's really awesome to be a part of a community where everybody seems to be joining together for the good of the community. So it's a pleasure to be a part of it.
Thank you.
And I want to say thanks to Kim, because you're supposed to be putting the spotlight on me, but she's done just as much. So thank you, Kim.
I always acknowledge Kim.
Yes, sir.
She always gets acknowledged. Of course, Kim, our assistant director, has done the legwork. Of course, she has to not just put up with, she said her office is right next to mine, so she gets those last minute ideas all the time and gets to put those to work. But I also want to acknowledge Cheryl Phillips for coming and getting the room, the beautiful decorations, taking care of the cake and the refreshments. So just all the team. This was a team effort. And last thing I want to say, you know, you folks came here in the evenings and did this. These folks did this. Not one of them got paid. They came on their own. They came after work, after working all day, and did this because they believed in it. And you know that says a lot about their commitment to the program, and it says a lot about your commitment to the program. Showing up every time, 4 hours, you know, in the wintertime, even when we had to make up for snow, came and made up for snow. So let's just give her all of ourselves. And before we close, I would give, if there's anyone else from the group that has something they'd like to share, I'd be happy to give you that opportunity. Yes.
I'd like to say thank you to the math teacher. She's out here. Sharon Branch.
Okay. Make sure to share that, yes.
I'd just like to say thank you. I'm sure I'm
in the same position as everybody else here. We all appreciated this program.
That means a lot when we hear that. You know, that helps for those hours that when we hear it. It's gonna help you more. Y'all need to keep us informed. And again, we're here to help. This, just because we're finished with the program tonight, this school, this college is here also. If we can help in other ways, just let us know. I think I've talked out. I can talk for a few more hours, but,
He's not joking.
It gets slower.
Let's see some cake. Thank
I'd like to get before everybody leaves.
you. Yes, let's get it.
In the back, I missed the memo about.
Thank you for giving your time.
You know, the top people in the back. If you're 5'11" or above. I'm gonna be all the way in front.
Good, I'm doing well.
Oh, no.
She went, yeah, she went, I've talked to her a few minutes. That's great. That is a good
Okay, 1, 2.
We're watching my sugar, we support you.
Okay, now, y'all think you want one with, Melissa?
I think you all need to get up here with.
Carla?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. You'll have to hold it steady. I've got it going slow because of the light.
You okay?
Okay. Okay, now let's do everybody. I know a lot of folks like their voice.
Why aren't you in here?
Yeah, come on.
Come on, this is for all the instructors.
You
Okay, get in there kind of behind Alice, Vic, Scott. There you go.
Oh, no.
Okay, smile. Okay. Check, make sure that
Guys, like us on Facebook, we'll have you can tag yourself in the picture, okay?
I mean, I don't mind, I've been happy to get in there, but everybody's already got it done.
All right.
I'll take a picture.
Got your boy in Arizona, boy.
Scott, you got his name spelled wrong, so
Thank you. We'll fix it and get him a new studio.
Yes, when you come take